Yeah, this is Rudy. What are you talking about? Why does everybody keep asking me about the damn flipping masterpieces? You just assume if something goes up in value, I'm the reason for it? Well, everyone just thinks, oh, something went up in value. It's Rudy's fault. I mean, I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, seriously, just because, like, okay. Hold on. Hang on a second. Okay. Yeah, we'll make a video on it. Welcome back, everybody. It's Rudy with Alpha Investments. You know what people keep asking me? Rudy, are you the guy responsible for moving up the lottery cards? Is that you? So, okay. I know I did the running thing with the Kaladesh invention box, and then I readjusted the whole business model when Wizards backpedaled and said, doing a bunch of lottery cards nonstop may have not been the best approach. I mean, I knew there's a lot of smart people like that creepy guy on YouTube. And I just, maybe that guy was deaf. I mean, he's still an idiot. We hate him. He's a scumbag. But maybe we should throttle back. Maybe just once we should throttle back on the lottery cards. No. For those of you with no attention span, I haven't bought on the open market a single lottery card, Expedition, Masterpiece, Invocation. I'm still looking for them up there in the box. Haven't bought any of them. My reasoning behind it is, quite frankly, I don't believe that, quite frankly, they're investable items. I don't think they're investable assets at all. I mean, I know everybody's like, Rudy, look, they're going up in value. Have you seen Monovolt? Have you seen Soul Ring? Have you seen what's going on with these things? I mean, the masterpieces from Kaladesh and, Aether are just they're on a tear. They're on a rampage. They keep going up. I gotta be a part of it. I'm gonna miss out. It's like cryptocurrency. I'm gonna miss out on the ground floor. It's like BitConnect. I need to be a part of it. Good Lord. Where's Carlos when you need BitConnect? And it's just one of those things where, no. Honestly, I've been thinking about it. I've been running the numbers. I've been analyzing it. And I said, they're pretty. I'll give everybody that. The only ones I accumulated, everybody knows, is I've got the original hundreds of expeditions from when I did the mass box opening back in the day for Zendikar, and I do have some masterpieces from the Aether Kaladesh block. And I'll be honest with everybody, the ones I have are all from just collection buying. People sent me as like a joke, parody. That's kind of the ones I've accumulated. I haven't bought a single actual lottery card on the open market since, I guess a year ago when I did the Forbidden Orchard. Was it Forbidden Orchard? And I was doing that little growing plant thing over here, and I did that to kind of test to see how deep the market was. And I discovered that, the average lottery card probably has about 5,000 to 10,000 copies in existence. And then, of course, when I said that, based on my results, even let's pretend it's on the low side. Let's pretend there's only 5,000 of each lottery card in existence. That's on the low side. I think it's more between the 7,000 and 9,000 range. I don't think there's really an exact number due to the no finite print run of a standard set in modern day Wizards of the Coast. Back in the day with Future Sight, Lorin, Shadowmoor, when they did sets back then, they printed it, they made a certain amount, they moved on, they went to the next one. It was a lot easier to really get that finite data. There was a finite amount of information on how many boxes were actually available. You could calculate things like that. In modern post-2013 RTR era, or the Bronze Age of Magic, as we call it, post that Silver Age of the late 2000s into the Bronze Age of 2013 and forward, there's no real finite data. It's just print. Are people still buying? Print some more. Slap them again. Wait, distributors said they got two. Wait, is anybody restocking? Nobody's buying Hour of Devastation? Nobody? Alright, shut her down. Fuck it. Shut it down. Fuck it all. And that's what happens. Then they make that decision. In other words, it's a reactive business model now, where based on what money they can generate on the top line gross revenue, they make the decision then to either print, or we better walk away because the shit's just piling up in the warehouse. And that's the era we're in. We're in the mid-2000s, the Future Sight, the Shadowmoor, all those sets then. There was a finite print run. And a lot of times they would sell out before the set even moved out of standard and people got angry and the prices would go up. But it worked. It made it an investable market. It made people really have a desire for the cards. It made the cards feel special. You knew that these are great, unique cards. It created a different feel, a different aura around the cardboard. The ink, the chemicals. And technically they did smell different because they were different machines and chemicals back then. So it was a special thing. Now we don't have any of that. And this leads me back to the inventions, the masterpieces, the lottery cards, the invocations, the balls, the slapping, all that fun stuff. And the issue is, if I'm going to make a decision to move money into any form of masterpiece series, we're going to focus just on talking about masterpieces today. Because really, that's where the movement's happening. There is definitely movement downstairs. Somebody's tingling, touching something. And it's only in the Kaladesh Aether lottery cards. It is not in the Amonkhet Hour of Devastation, which is ironic because they cut Hour of Devastation off print early, and nobody still wants it. I mean, literally. Distributors aren't even raising the price when it's out of print. That's how hilarious it is. There's no shortage of it, and there never will be. It's probably going to be similar to a Dragon's Maze type Born of the Gamble type set. Similar to the Theros, Nyx, Born of the Gamble, I think block is what I think we're going to be looking at with the Amonkhet Hour of devastating your wallet and your balls. So, when we go back to the Kaladesh situation, if Rudy ever decides to make a move on those type of cards, I don't want the cards. I'm going to go straight up the mutual fund direction. I'm going to buy the cases. If I'm going to go saying, okay, we need to park $20,000 in Kaladesh because it's a strong set, the energy, a ton of broken cards, broken combos. We got really amazing lottery cards, beautiful card frames. Nobody ever argues about that. We need to park money into it. I'm not going to speculate on a certain invention or a certain masterpiece. I'm just not going to do it. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the straight up shotgun / mutual fund approach. I'm probably not allowed to say that word. I'm going to take the whole just scatter shot of the mutual fund. That's all I'm going to do. Because quite frankly, I'm going to just buy it by the pallet. Let's just buy 500 boxes of Kaladesh. Try to strike a deal and get them for a good price, like low 70s or something crazy. And, just sit on the whole pallet. And then you're literally investing on the whole set. And as long as the masterpieces continue to drift upwards, you're going to have an overall average movement. And the demand for those boxes will rise over the next 10 years as they become out of print. Supply gets lower because everyone's going to want to crack the box to try to get the $300 masterpiece. That's going to drive box value by itself. I mean, hell, Battle for Zendikar boxes on eBay are $100. If that's not the most ridiculous, craziest, stupidest thing you've ever seen since the first time you accidentally watched an adult movie, I don't know what is. The first time you saw that, you went, no, this really goes on? Get the hell out of here. Shut the front door. Are you serious? We really installed that screen door on that boat? I mean, it's really one of those things. And I think Kaladesh and Aether, it's going to be the same thing. So again, to recap, no, I'm not the one buying any masterpieces. I have no desire to. My original strategy with the invention box of doing that was I was going to do that. But then when Wizards changed directions mid-course of that timetable, it made me change directions. Because I already saw these investors, I'm not going to say amateur professional, we're just going to say a blanket word of investors and collectors. They're already been buying and hoarding these the last 6 months, and we've already seen the masterpiece cards bottom out. I do not think we're going to see any lower prices in masterpiece cards moving forward, period. I'm not familiar on who and what group of people who are buying out these particular cards. Again, I don't really communicate with a lot of other people. I don't have Facebook. I really don't use any social media. I have YouTube and I have a Twitter account that links the videos. Past that, I don't. There's no point for me to really use Twitter or Facebook. I'm probably blocked from thousands of people anyways. So I'm not sure who's doing it, but there's definitely a coordinated attack to buy out and try to accumulate these type of cards since Kaladesh and Aether are about to fall off the chopping block. Print run's about to be turned on. When that valve is turned off and the boxes cannot be restocked, I definitely think we're going to see an uptick. And think about it. If we have the lottery cards moving up in value, what's going to happen sometime in the next 5 to 8 years if a couple cards in Kaladesh actually go up in value when the set's out of print? What if we have an Eldritch Moon situation where you have some singles in the set still worth money when it's out of standard? What if we have a situation like a Scars or a Besieged or New Phyrexia where a few of these cards go to $10, $20, $30, $40 a card and you have lottery cards? If that happens, you're gonna see some movement. I mean, period. I mean, it is what it is, everybody. Think about it. We cannot have a Kaladesh booster box selling for $85 on eBay. I have no idea. 89, 95, 85. Let's just say $90. Standard $89.99. You can't have a box of Kaladesh on eBay for $90 if you have $300 inventions and then you have the regular cards in the set. You have a $20 mythic, $10 rares, even when it's out of sight. When it's not in standard, it's already cycled out, and you still have a strong EV and the chance for a $300 lottery card, $200 card. The boxes won't be $90 a box. It's just the way the math goes. Because think about it. If 5 years from now, Kaladesh is out of print, and I can buy 500 boxes of Kaladesh on fire sale from a major website like a DA Card World or some eBay, TCG, or another store. If they say, Rudy, I got 500 boxes of Kaladesh. You want to buy them all for $70 a box? We don't want them. They're garbage fire. It's going to be the next Born of the Gamble and the next Dragon's Maze. And I buy these boxes for $70 a piece. And I crack the boxes, and not including lottery cards, the average expected value of a box of Kaladesh, let's say it's $90. Or let's say it's $100. Wait. So you're telling me I can crack 500 boxes, get an average return of about $100, so after shipping and fees, let's say I can average $80, $90 a box? And I'm paying $90, or I'm paying $70, so I can actually make a 10, 20% profit in 5 years? And then, one in every 3.5 booster boxes, I get a $100 to $300 card? Or let's say the worst masterpiece is what? Let's pretend it's $50 then. I mean, think about that. It's massive. On a 500 box scale, and it's 1 in 3 boxes. I mean, even if you get 150 masterpieces with an average value of $80 a card, and that's all profit because the base set paid for your cost basis, you're looking at scoring $10,000, $20,000 profit easily. It'll take a lot of labor. You're going to have to input that labor to convert the sealed product to the singles to convert it to capital. So you are going to have a large labor input either by yourself, employees, and if you hire other people, you're going to have costs of capital and payroll. Depends on how hands-on you are. People like me, I'm all about hands-on. I strip naked, I'll sit in the card store completely nude, I will have no air conditioning, I cut every penny, and if it's a crappy, I'll eat the cards, I'll put soup on it, I will make it happen. And that's the mindset you need to have in this world. You gotta hustle, you gotta make it work, and if you don't like it, you're probably gonna fail. And then you're gonna feel bad, you're gonna say everybody's out to get you, the world is tilted against me. No, you made decisions that back yourself into a corner, and you want some form of justification, and you just don't want to hear it. And you need to get over that hump, because guess what? We're all going to screw up in life, and we got to do it. And I don't know why I'm rambling about a life conversation. We're talking about lottery cards, people. So back to that. Rudy's going to go for the sealed product. That's the whole point of the video. That's the goal of this, because again, I want to bet that the value of Kaladesh and Aether, Aether's got uncommon fatal push. Even when it cycles out of standard, I'd be surprised at this point if that thing ever drops below $5. So even if you get a couple per box right there, not including your 36 rares and all the other uncommon and bulk and mythics, and then of course 1 in 3 with a lottery, the numbers behind it are just, they're attractive. If everybody thinks Battle for Zendikar is insane at $100 a box on eBay, which I 100% agree, I don't agree with. I think it's crazy, but I'm just reporting. This is what it's going on. There's sold listings, people buying it for 100. If that's going on for Battle for Zen, it's only a few years older. You're trying to tell me Kaladesh and Aether Revolt, that's a better set. It's a strong set, beautiful masterpieces, uncommon fatal push type cards. Those boxes aren't going to stay $89.99, everybody. It is what it is. So as a more conservative, risk-averse type person when it comes to new product, by far, I'm going to go after the sealed product. And over the next probably 1 to 2 years when an opportunity comes on, I'm going to wait. I'm going to let time go by. I don't want to tie up my capital and lock in that time value of money. I'm going to wait till the last minute, which is probably going to be another 6 months to a year. Maybe when a distributor runs a sale list, or one of the 5 distributors gets they have too many of a certain set, or I work out a deal like, hey, you guys want to unload a pallet of Iconic Masters? I'll buy your Iconic Masters, you sell me a pallet of Kaladesh for $70. You negotiate. I'm probably going to take a route like that. And that's probably going to be the time that I will park the money in a pallet of Kaladesh and Aether. I'll probably do one of each, but I have no intentions of really... I love the cards. I've accumulated quite a bit of them from buying collections. On average, I'm buying a collection now about every 2 days. About every 3 to 4 days, not 2. I get one in maybe every 2. So probably about twice a week I'm buying a collection as small as $500, as much as 50,000. So the average collection I buy is usually 3 to 5,000 range. So I mean, on average, a normal Magic collection from players when they send them to me and I give them the prepaid shipping label, I would say the average collection usually has at least 1 or 2 lottery cards in it, whether it's a Zendikar Expedition or a Kaladesh Masterpiece. Sometimes they've got the invocations, but God, the prices are just garbage. I'm not sure which is worse, the price of an invocation or the shitty-ass card frame. So that's what Rudy's opinion is. That's going to be the direction I'm going to take on it. And quite frankly, for those of you out there, whoever you are, who's buying into the inventions and lottery and masterpieces, clearly you're doing a good job, or you're clearly injecting a lot of capital, you're working together. I mean, you're doing a good job. I mean, the price is going up. Whoever's doing it's making a profit. It's probably going to work. I don't really see them retracing down. The only way to really have a large downshift on those prices, you got to introduce a lot of supply into the market. And quite frankly, you know, we're getting ready to cycle out. Nobody's cracking boxes of Kaladesh and Aether. I mean, it's pretty well played. I got to give you a well played. So whoever the evil investor number 238161658675309 Jenny 2, you know, whoever you are, good job. Be careful, because you know, Rudy, I would rather take the mutual fund approach. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So to answer that original question, no, I'm not going to be buying out any inventions or any of these masterpiece stuff. It's just not for me. Especially being a new card, mass-produced. I mean, they're cool, they're beautiful, and I'm sure there's money to be made. And I guarantee you guys, there's going to be someone out there or some group of people that are probably going to make a lot of money if they're pushing around that kind of capital. And, you know, if they push those prices up, they're probably going to double, triple their money in the long run. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Rudy with Alpha Investments, unacknowledged, slap you in the face. I love it, giggity, and I love you all. And you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you to my 3.28264